Hello, greetings. This is Zahra. This now ex-Shia, ex-Muslim. These Shias, they have helped a regime like Irani Islamic regime, and they have power, they have the intellect, and they have English translation of Mizan Allama Tabatabai. No matter how well your English is, Shias, I think that I suspect Knight was a Shia, right? But still, सुन्नी का अंडर कवर यूज़ करके आते हो तुम लोग के पास तो तुम लोगों की जालिम अल्लाह की you have your cruel Allah's backing, killing apostates, blasphemers, punishing them. और इधर ना लड़कियों को निकाल सकते हो रेप से तुम लोगों के अल्लाह का क्या निज़ाम है कि 4 witnesses bring करो इधर वो लड़की मर रही है औरत मर रही है ना छोड़ते हो इंडिया कोई हीलर खुद तो चले गए तुम लोगों के आलिम्स उधर लंदन इलाज करवाने अपना कुरान से इलाज नहीं मिला हार्ट अटैक्स और इनका सच क्रूल पीपल दे आर मेरे इंग्लिश पे हाँ गो टू डॉक्टर खलील अंदानी इस्माइली एंड सी हाउ इज इंग्लिश इज लेकिन वो हक पे कहाँ है वो तो कहता है he's saying, Dr. Khalil Andani, that even the Sunni, you have to be a religious scholar to know about this Islam and talk about it. Common people, common believers, ordinary, cannot talk about this religion according to Dr. Khalil Andani. Then how are we to even believe in this religion if we are not religious scholars? Should we just follow our religious scholars? Right? Just read them. Now, one religious scholar like Allama Tabatabai doesn't tally, doesn't go with what Aka Medipuya is saying on Surah 33, Ayat 1. They just follow their religious scholars, even the Shias, blindly. They don't see where there is a contradiction between the two ulamas, the two exegetes, Shia exegetes. Allama Tabatabai, on one hand, on Surah 33, Ayat 1, is saying that this is addressed to the Prophet Muhammad. Don't know if it is a command or a suggestion, like Allama Tabatabai would say, that here God to Adam suggested not to go to the tree and have the fruit, not to go near this tree in heaven or wherever he was, below heaven, or where the snake was able to sneak into heaven. And so I'm left with this, even though I don't know English properly, I don't have good command. I think that even a simple, like a common believer, before even believing, a disbeliever should be able to understand the Quran ayats and comprehend them, not religious scholars or imams or just Prophet Muhammad to explain to them. Moreover, I have thought about this that the Quran or anything that God wants to reveal should be universally revealed to every person in the same way as he revealed to one messenger. So, just to remind us, it should be what thing in our hearts or in our minds. This also. Now, the Shias have this Mahsan Ali from magazines. He wasn't even the customer. God knows who created these groups. The Maxim supermarket is saying, no, we didn't create this group. There's this new boy who is not even, he's a non-Muslim. He's come recently, created these groups. And Mohsin Ali, from the back door, sounds like a Shia. See, some of these Shias, they don't care for Irani people, their desire, whatever they wish. They are done with Islam, they say. So listen to their voices. But you want to impose this Islam on others, saying this is the truth, because this is the truth, right? Are you afraid of hell, or because are you in this because you're afraid to go to hell, or when you have doubts, you put them under the carpet and say no? Or are you sure about this, that this is the truth? Yeah, 12 words. Or Ismailis or anyone, the Muslims, huh? Are you sure about this truth, that this is the truth? And then you're in it. So if you're in it for the truth and not because of the fear of hell and the punishments of the grave and the uh, hellfire, then when one person is showing you that this is false and has proven it, then why don't you leave it? No, they won't leave it. You know why? Some of them won't leave it. Their minds find reasons to, and moreover, I've risked everything here. I don't know who could be. I can't. No one is here to help me, and I have been shy to, and I didn't want to trouble anyone also. So as far as, like my grand aunt told me, pray that I become independent. I wanted to be independent too. You can't rely on family members once you are there. You're dented. You're damaged. Flower Garden 5864. Not well, sorry. Yes, thank you for asking though. Flower Garden 5864. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate it. So the Shias, they're not in here they're not, sorry, they're not Shias in Islam because I think they believe in this, that this is the truth. Like what, okay, intellect is important, but I showed them that sometimes God says if you don't use your intellect, then how to use your intellect? There are many patterns of thought. That's why there are many schools of thought, and in Islam also. So it's the Shia school of thought, it's the Hanbali school of thought in Sunnism, like that, Now, the patterns of intellect, logic differ in, in this Islam, and there are ambiguous ayats also. And the ones the ayats should, that the ayats that should be clear are not so clear for us to know, to understand them and to get them what Allah is saying, and thus open to interpretations. So if you're going to come like Allama Tabatabai as a Shia for Surah Tahrim, I haven't read much, but in the beginning it says, he says about Surah 33, Ayat 1, that it is addressed to the Prophet, means Allah has prohibited the Prophet to heed or, listen, or meaning obey the disbelievers and the hypocrites. Or you just want to read this beautiful way written, and the way it's so eloquently, oh, Allama Tabatabai, you want to admire this and be in awe of Allama Tabatabai's way of describing, or knowledge about the words and all this. What are you? what are you admiring? Or you want to be here and cooperate, please. And see, even though broken English, not good command, broken inside, being molested and everything, still trying to do this and challenge, because you know what? The truth, when covered up by this kind of eloquence and all admiration for the knowledge he has, right? That truth that is covered, that could be so easy, demonstrated, easily demonstrated to you. Like love should have been the religion. We can't love Christians. You know what my grandmother said after I had, after my separation, they had separated me from Miss Dessa, my teacher, Catholic Christian, school teacher, family friend now. Oh, why do you love a Christian? Shia. So we can't love our teachers. Why do you love a Christian? Well, I thought, what kind of a question is this? She's a human being, not because she considered me doing something wrong in a wrong way, but in the right way too. Like one would love one's grandaunt, aunt, mother, grandmother. Why do you love a Christian? So you want that love that your Allah has said exclusively for the believers. See, in practical terms, in reality, in life, what would the Shia say? Oh, you can love the Christians? No, you can't love the Christians. Oh, this means not taking protection from the Christians. The ayat in Al Imran, I think it is 34, or which one? 38. Now here, Allama Tabatabai says, for Surah Yunus, Surah 10, ayat, doesn't even give the ayat. Okay, Surah 10, I keep forgetting. Surah 10, ayat 94, that this is, so if you are in doubt about what we have sent down to you, ask those who read the book before you. Shak, okay, doubt is there, the word is shak. When God says, ask those who read the book, where is it? Is it, therefore the meaning of the verse is, so if you, or prophet, right? This much, Allama Tabatabai accepts that it is addressed to the prophet. And yet he says that the prophet had no doubt. Prophet could not have doubt. So if you want to go like this, and follow Tabatabai, what have you missed? I'm not a PhD in logic or in, so do you see your fault here? Or you don't see the fault of what Allama Tabatabai has written? So if you, a prophet, are in doubt and have misgivings, the you means the prophet, right? Then he goes on to say, previous prophet. Okay, this about the. Now, this does not imply. So, this verse, now he's going for the implication of the verse, not the direct meaning of the verse. Now, again, Lama Tabatabai goes to what the verse doesn't say directly and what is implied in this verse, what Allah implies. Should it be like this, jumping to what it implies, rather than what it actually means is that, O Prophet, yeah, the you is, O Prophet. So if you, O Prophet, are in doubt. Now, when the Shias go to the implication, like we've seen in with Akamedi Puya's exegesis, what happens? They bypass. They this what is directly said and should be meant, right, can be dodged. Can they bypass it completely? So what is implied here, that no, the prophet, so here, so what is implied is the prophet is not in doubt. The prophet can never be in doubt. So what is that word? If I was eloquent, but I don't want to be eloquent now. I'm so sick and tired of seeing eloquent people, the rhetorics, the admiration you have for the people who have great command or good command over their English and their language, Arabic or Urdu or English or any, you know, I don't want to be. So simple and broken language and not finding, but I will, it may take time. Thank you for, uh, if you're cooperating here and you're with me, I really appreciate that. चेहरा ना देखो, चेहरे ने लाखों को लूटा, दिल सच्चा और चेहरा झूठा. ऐसे तो हमारे hypocrites भी कहते हैं, लेकिन like this is a song from an Indian movie. Don't look at the face, right? The beauty of the face. Look at the heart. चेहरे ने लाखों. Imam Hussein lied in the sense that he's sacrificing his life, right? Showing you that that Yazid's religion, Yazid, the way Yazid has taken Islam is not a true religion, not a true Islam, but this is true Islam. And so you know what I'm up against and what they have covered up. Shia, Shias could come and say, how can you say anything? What authority do you have against Imam Hussein, who gave his all and saved Islam? Right? You haven't even given your, what someone said, like your nail. Why should I give my nail? That's just a saying, but okay. So now you see, they go to now even um, they go to implied, what is implied, to dodge what it really, the ayat really means, what Allah really means in this ayat, direct what is not implied, but what is directly said and what it means. The ayat means directly. So they um, steer away from what the ayat is saying directly, and now the Shia religious scholar wants you, right, to see what is implied rather than what is directly said. You get it? And for that, then they explain that the prophet cannot be in doubt. Now, this does not imply, or this, now, see, again, even when they say it does not imply, but it really does directly mean. So they have to take the Sahara, they have to depend upon what it doesn't imply. The existence of any doubt in the heart of the prophet. So the verse has what is implied, what is not. See, they dodge what is explicit in the verse to defend the prophet by saying, now this does not imply, but what does it explicitly mean? This is what Akamedipuya has said here, what the meaning of this verse is. So, what it explicitly, directly means is, so if you, meaning you, at least, thank goodness, Allama Tabatabai accepts that what it explicitly, directly means, this you refers to, O Prophet, and this Prophet Muhammad are in doubt. So how could you go to Surah Tahrim and give me when I know that what they've done here is wrong, right? So now they're going to what the explicit meaning is. Don't take that, but what it doesn't even imply. It says that the existence of any doubt in the heart there should be in the heart of prophet, in this prophet. But you see what he's missed here. What a great, like one of the, greatest Shia exegete, yeah? See, where they have made a mistake, where he has made a mistake too, where Aka Medipuya says here it implies in Surah 33, ayat 37, and has not gone like the Sunni exegetes have gone, every part of the ayat in detail telling us. So this is where the Shias have made a mistake. Both of them, although in some cases, you see, Aka Medipuya's exegesis on Quran ayats don't go with. They also contradict or they don't go with, right? We can safely say this again with Aka Medipuya, Allama Tabatabai, they don't go. Like in Surah 33 ayat, maybe later on he would say what it implies. Then maybe go with Aka Medipuya on Surah 33 ayat 1. O Prophet, do not hearken, or meaning do not listen or obey or go pleasing the disbelievers and the hypocrites. Maybe later then it tallies with, but I haven't read the whole thing. What it directly says in Surah 33 ayat 1 is it's to the Prophet. Do not hearken to the hypocrites and the disbelievers. Now, Aka Mehdi Puya um, going away from the explicit, what Allah has said here explicitly expressed and means here to, but this does not imply even. Like the ayat, what is so direct doesn't even imply. Like the ayat doesn't indirectly even say. But what is the ayat saying directly? The ayat is saying directly to the Prophet, addressed to the Prophet. So if you, meaning O Prophet, although it doesn't use the word O Prophet, Allama Tabatabai has used it, one of the greatest exegetes of Shia, 12ers, are in doubt. Meaning the verse is, this is what the context indicates also. So if you want to even read this and be like awestruck, oh, admiring what Allama Tabatabai has written, is that now this does not imply the existence of any doubt. Does not imply, but the direct Allah is directly saying, so you, O Prophet, are in doubt. So if you are in doubt and having misgivings, I thought maybe the Shia religious exegete would say this you doesn't mean a prophet. But even he has a no. On the contrary. So if he had said you means the followers of the prophet through, but you see, Allah doesn't mention no prophet or O messenger. He mentions you. So you can, Allama Tabatabai, having accepted that the you is Prophet Muhammad, this does not imply. It could have helped if he had said this you is not the Prophet, but it means through the Prophet, followers of the Prophet, or, something like, or this you means the followers of the Prophet. It cannot even come close to, Allah cannot say at all. So this you doesn't mean a Prophet. But Allama Tabatabai, having accepted that this you means O Prophet, says now, this does not imply the existence of any doubt in the heart of the Prophet. So, although it is if, meaning if you have any doubt, but if he gets any doubt, who is he supposed to ask? Right? Let's also get there. Okay, so this if would be if the Prophet. So, would it imply, does it mean that if the Prophet has any doubts about it, right? If the Prophet, meaning there is there's a possibility that the Prophet may have doubts about what has been revealed to him, may get doubts, right? In the heart of the Prophet, nor does it confirm any hesitation from him. This form of address is valid for addressing those who may harbor doubts or misgivings. Now he says that although addressed to the Prophet as you, it is not for the Prophet, nor does it imply the Prophet having any doubts in his hearts or any hesitations, right? This form is valid for addressing those who may harbor doubts or misgivings. So, this kind of form of address and all by Allah, I don't understand, right? Allah should be direct and mean direct what He says. Say what you mean and mean it direct. Be direct. So, Allah is not, He's saying, meaning Allah is not direct. Whatever Allah is saying directly, it doesn't mean that. Allah means the form is in other ways, meaning. What kind of a message is this? In another form, addressing you, the Prophet, meaning he accepts that and then he says, no, it's about these people. Now, again, what he means is through the Prophet, like Al-Kamedi Puya would say, Allah is addressing the people who would have doubts or misgivings, who could have doubts or misgivings. And it is also valid for addressing those who are certain of the matter and are well versed that the meaning being conveyed is of something that is affirmed by multiple evidences and supported by numerous verses. But then, oh no, oh God. But then, even then, what is Allah saying? If you have any doubts about that, or so ask those who are those, meaning go to the Jews and the Christians or those. So for each explanation, there's an argument, and there is another argument that the people of the previous scriptures who continue to read these scriptures faithfully find therein. What? He explained these to you in a book in which there is no doubt. There is the creation with, oh God. So this is something that the people of the book cannot deny. They were divided into believers and then God deniers, and then God revealed it. But God says also in the same breath that they change through their mouths the text, those their scriptures. So how are the? Oh, so he's Akka Medipuya understands this Arabic better than I think. I guess I don't know. But Surah, let me see. Surah 10, Ayat 94. So, and by extension, believers instructs. Now, AI overview has given me this. So, this is the style of the Quran, they say. And I, from the very beginning, if I had known that this was the style of the Quran, even then I would not have agreed with anyone. Not the Sunnis, not the Shias, not anyone. If Allah wanted to send something directly, please, then how direct? I mean, saying the Prophet, if you, and he shouldn't even put you here, I feel. Allah should have put, who does he mean by you, right? So, of course, he sent the believers also, revealed something to you through Prophet Muhammad's heart. So, please put, who do you mean by you? And when he puts, who? Oh, Prophet. Even then, the Shia say, and the Sunnis or, exegetes, Islamic Muslim exegetes say that he means the followers of the Prophet when he's addressing the Prophet himself. And there in Surah Tahrim, they can't say that he's addressing because it's an action taken by the Prophet. And then they have another reason and backing him on that he made unlawful what Allah had made lawful. Then you go to Allama Tabatabai's thing on Surah Exegesis on Surah 21, Ayat 27. These servants, Allah in the previous ayat means Jesus Christ, not angels, not jinns. It means these honored, which Akamedipuya is also accepted, right? So are prophets supposed to make unlawful for themselves? There they can't say that this is not addressed to the Prophet in Surah Tahrim Ayat 1. Okay, now you see. So if you are in doubt, even this, O Muhammad, about that which we have revealed to you, no, he can never be in doubt. But Allah is saying, if you are in doubt, meaning there's a possibility, then ask whom? That what is Akamedipuya saying about this part of the verse? We have revealed about that which we have revealed to you. If you are in doubt, then ask those who have been reading the scripture before you. So some Shias will say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Sorry if the flower, this was very loud. I apologize if it hurt your ears. I hope no damage is done. I hope no damage is done. Verily has come to you the truth from your Lord. Like this Arabic, those we have revealed to you. Then ask those who have been reading or reciting the book before you, right? Now, what does Hakamedikuya say about this? Is so he, I don't know where he's. What is he saying about this? Revealed a decisive sign, a separate. Uh, this is something that the people of the book cannot deny. They only used to deny the glad tidings through, brought by the Prophet, some of the teachings that were exclusive to Islam. And the particular details they had altered in the scriptures. Okay, you know why I would not like to put, I challenge Shias, because I don't want to have a debate or anything, but I feel some of Shias, like they've come in an indirect manner, you know, and so getting angry at that in dishonesty of theirs and using Sunni, right? Because I don't like to challenge. So, you This is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, even the Christians don't see their religion and is not true, right? Christianity. And of course, I'm up against people who are in this religion, although um, defending Christianity against Islam, but they themselves don't see. I mean, what kind of people are you, right? I don't know what to do. So either to keep quiet, because Shias are also very zalim about apostasy. They kill, death penalties they give to the males, and to the women, look what they do. They isolate them and then beat them also. Beat them. Beat your girls if they leave. Arey, itna zulm. So tell me, if this is the truth, even then, would you beat someone to love God? Would you beat them? If someone beat you to love them or to believe in them, what would you think of that person? A psychopath, narcissist. Force? There should be no force. Zabardasti. Allah says, if you spend everything, you cannot put affection in their hearts. Allah is the one who puts affection. So Allah's grace should come to us and put affection in our hearts for each other. We cannot. No matter if my friend opens a door for me, this and that. But if Allah has not put affection in my heart, this means, right? Even the good things that my friend and a family friend do for me, the affection can not come in my heart for them. Allah says here, I don't know what Arabic Allama Tabatabai is on. Maybe a very high Arabic. He knows the Quran Arabic. But I want to understand as not a religious scholar, right? But someone at the age of 17-year-old, when we make our girls practice Islam at the age of 9, they become baligh, and now it's mandatory, right, to practice. How do we say it? Then they should understand the Quran. Allah should bring it, be so simple, easy for us, make it easy for the little kids to understand Quran ayahs. Because only through the Quran ayahs can we know the signs of Allah, that whether this is true or false. This religion is true or false. And then on these Shias also, so where was I going? Affection. You cannot put affection in the hearts. So by beating people to believe, Surah 4, ayat 47, God knows what Arabic and how Allah will convey to this Allah has conveyed to Allah Matabadabai. Oh God, it's terrible. So you may think he's very erudite and very eloquent and he knows the Quran words and this and that. Let's see what he says about the blessing, Saleh. The word meaning has changed, Saleh, in Surah Azab ayat. So we'll see that also. Affection in the hearts of those Quran ayat. Thanks to this way also, Google searching, I don't know how long it would have taken if there was no Google search, because my memory is so terrible. And then your alamas and your contemporary ulamas' memory is so great that these thugs, Shia thugs, come here and tell me to go to Allah Yari, Sheikh Allah Yari. These low lives. He's got such battameez Shias following him. And this guy, this Allah Yari, Sheikh Allah Yari has a good memory. These hooligans come here, these Shia hooligans. Surah Anfal ayat, which one? Signs emphasize Allah unite believers' hearts through divine will, fostering love, compassion, and unity. Surah Anfal ayat 63. I think it is. Yeah, let me check. In another Surah Anfal ayat 63. He brought their hearts together, and he has put affection, right, between their hearts. If you spend whatever is in the earth, all, not could you put affection between their hearts, but Allah has put affection between them. So whether, okay, it's not love, but even affection, right? Affection Allah puts. So if, let's say, I don't have affection somehow, some natural problem, disaster, for my mother, then I should pray to Allah. Please put affection in my heart for my mother. Some unnatural thing has happened inside of me. So bringing the hearts together, only Allah can. That's true. AI is right about this, although I don't know what Allah Matabadabai or Akamedipuya would, what is not implied, what is implied, what is directly said is completely gone. O Prophet, sufficient for you is Allah and for whoever follows you of the believers. So not only is Allah sufficient for the Prophet, but and more, oh God. So I'm a little bit shaken, I grounded, ungrounded now, seeing what the style of Allama Tabatabai. And Shias take him and would admire his knowledge and how connecting words, ayats, and this word means past tense, present, connection, continuation, things like that. Would be admiring and be awestruck and would say, "You don't know anything." Well, if I don't know anything and I'm supposed to follow Allama Tabatabai's exegesis, and not Allah's, not understanding the ayahs as in simple, like at the age of 9 or even at the age of 20, then what good is this? The Quran for me, right? Allah's words for me. I have to understand the meaning of it through another person. What good is this for me? The Quran in direct way. Simple understanding at the age of 17. I'll have to then go to a Quran school until I reach PhD. Maybe then I will understand the Quran. Moreover, yeah, so no, what was the point going back? Affection? Allah, what was the point that I brought this out on? Aka Medipuya and, oh my God. So this is something that the people of the book cannot deny, okay? Then, but it says to ask the people of the book about these figures. Oh, Christ. The same is true of the story. Aka Medipuya explaining so much, you have lost me in your exegesis. First, please explain directly. Let me go up. What has he? So this poor man, he has to go into so much explanation. Or what? Next, the verses present something akin to a distillation of the meaning of the previous sections, which is no one will be able to believe in God and his signs except by God's leave. And that God only permits belief in those whose hearts have not been sealed. Oh my God. Oh, I'm on the right. Oh my God. Oh, this is before this. Okay. Oh, shock. Yeah. About ask those who read the book before you. Ask those who read the book before you. The verb, okay, is a present tense verb signifying continuity, right? While the prepositional phrase before you qualifies the meaning of the book, meaning the book that was sent down before you. Okay, very good. This is what the context indicates. Therefore, the meaning of this verse is, so if you, a prophet, are in doubt and have misgivings about what we have sent down to you, about the teachings relating to the creation and the resurrection and the summarized accounts of previous prophets that reflect the divine order that governs God's creation, namely to invite people to the truth first, then to judge between them, ask those of the people of the book who continue to read the book that was sent down before you. I swear the truth has suddenly come to you from your Lord, so do not be among the skeptics who are hesitant. Now, oh goodness. So yeah, now this does not imply the existence of any doubt. It doesn't imply, but if you are in doubt, there could be a possibility, right, of doubt in the prophet. So this direct says that if the prophet has any doubt or hesitation, if there could be a possibility. So this form of address is valid for addressing now those who may harbor doubts. So now it goes away from the prophet. Okay, there is a if. It doesn't mean the prophet is in doubt, but if you are in doubt, right? I get that. But now it goes, there's a possibility, and then now it goes to addressing those who may harbor doubts or misgivings, away from the prophet. And it is also valid for addressing those who are certain of the matter and are well versed that the meaning being conveyed is of something that is affirmed to multiple evidences and all this. Okay. And if the addressee listener doubts any of these, they could rely on another one of them, right? And this is a common method in the norms of communication. But if you have doubts about that, we agree. But God does. He explained that these to you in a book. The focus of the discourse that then is the people of the scripture. He explained these to you in a book. He's trying to defend the I. Actually, it's in a very defensive form written. Seems to me. For each explanation, there's an argument. Please, can you say that Allah means that ask the people of the scripture who continue to read these scriptures faithfully, find their end? Oh, okay. He explained these to you in a book in which there is no doubt. For each explanation, there is an argument, and there is another argument that the people of the previous scriptures who continue to read these scriptures faithfully find their end. So ask them, right? Ask them. This is the creation. So one must ask them, right? There is the creation and the resurrection, and there is the divine religion, calling it, oh my goodness, okay, okay. They were divided into believers and deniers. So this is something that the people of the book cannot deny. Yes, okay, so they cannot deny this, the resurrection, whatever is mentioned in the books, and about the prophets. Now he comes to the Prophet Saleh, like the Torah, Jesus Christ, story of Jethro. Due to the disagreements of the people of the book about these figures, only what they cannot deny was used as evidence in these verses. Therefore, this verse, in instructing the prophet to present this argument, is of a similar form to the argument found in the verse. Is it not? Oh my goodness! Is so the chapter earliest people of the book, especially the Jews, was not as intense as it became in Medina. This poor Allah. This is the meaning given by the context of the verse. Allah has not sent down anything to any human. Ooh, so all this, okay. So the previous chapter, after paragraph, sorry, paragraph. They had not, let's read from this chapter of the Quran, is one of the earliest to be revealed in Makkah when the dispute between the Muslims and the people of the book, especially the Jews. So he's come to another ayat, and this is the meaning given by the context of the verse. Uh, it means if. So the if, it should be so simple, right? Not so complicated. But I also had to come to, I can understand, but this is like too much, too much. So if you are in doubt, the you, Allama Tabatabai says, is the prophet, right? Yeah, okay. If there's a possibility of doubt in you, meaning in the prophet, about what we have sent down to you, ask those who read the book before you. So who are the who read the book before you? They should be Jews, Christians, right? Ask them. That's what the ayat says. The truth has, but then Allah says, the truth has certainly come to you from your Lord, right? But why does Allah have to put this before saying this? The truth has certainly come to you from your Lord. So do not be among the skeptics, as it. But then here he says, if there's a possibility of doubt, meaning in you, about what we have sent down to you, O Prophet, ask those who read the book before you. He's supposed to ask those who read the book before him. If. So when so then he says the truth has suddenly come to you from your Lord. This is an absurdity. This is absurd of Allah to put it this way. Do you not see it? Now you see, my mind, I don't know how, it is very, very abnormal, but in this I see. In other ways, I'm emotional. I'm, uh, I've gone crazy and this and that. But sorry, in this, I I see the absurdity in this. You see, maybe my basic logic has not been distorted, even though whatever I've been attacked and or even like from childhood, I had vascular dementia, fallen, I cracked my head. hit my head and whatever happened to me. But you see, do you see the absurdity in this? First, he's saying, if you are in doubt about what we have sent down to you, Akamedipuya, I wouldn't. So we should understand the ayat as it has come directly and be very simple in simplicity, in a simplicity, understand for every age, you know. Allah doesn't say you need a university, you need to go and study the Quran. I've made, these religious scholars. It says it is simple for the people of intellect to understand and all this, right? I've made it simple and explained in detail. So the verse should mean what Allah means by it directly. So if you are in doubt, the you can be Prophet Muhammad and his followers. Whoever the you is in doubt about what we have sent down to you, why ask those who read the book before you? So what should Allah have done for him to not go to those who read the book before you? No, but the truth has certainly come to you from your Lord. Here there's a lapse of something, and reading Allama Tabatabai's exegesis doesn't solve the problem here about this ayat. And then a Shia will come like that person who came on Surah Tahrim ayat and give me a hard time when they don't see this is like ridiculous logical fallacies or what is missing here. And then Aka Medipuya hasn't explained it, but oh God, they used what not? No, it's not right. Okay, so here Aka Medipuya doesn't go against Allama Aka. Oh, this is Allama Tabatabai doesn't go against Aka Medipuya, saying that of course this refers, even though it's addressed to the Prophet, meaning what Allah Kamedipuya would say directly, it means the followers of Prophet Muhammad who are in doubt. So, now let me show you something. Is this or is this not the style of the Quran? And what? So here they would say this is not. In Surah Azab ayat 1, they would say, would you say, sometimes they bring in the way you are interpreting it, it's out of the style of the Quran. Now, here, when the Prophet is addressed, they say, Allama Tabatabai. It enjoins the Prophet to follow what has been revealed to him with regards to the request of the disbelievers and the hypocrites and to put it into practice. This is demonstrated by the latter part of the verse. Indeed, Allah is well aware of what you do. Surah, and follow that which is revealed to you from your Lord. Indeed, Allah is well aware of what you do. Aka Medipuya says about this ayat that it is Allah is referring to the followers of the Prophet through the Prophet, because the Prophet would never, Allah doesn't have to warn the Prophet not to hearken or obey the disbelievers, faithless, or the hypocrites, right? O Prophet, be wary of Allah and do not obey the faithless. However, you cannot say that the same. Now, you see, you can't say in Surah Tahrim that this is the style of the Quran consistently. Wherever the Prophet is mentioned, the followers of the Prophet are also mentioned. But in Surah Tahrim, it's only his action. So the style of the Quran differs in Surah Tahrim. Mizan. It's not to the followers of the Prophet. It's to the Prophet. So we take in context to the Prophet. So if we take that in context, so when, we'll get confused if these exegetes didn't explain to us. No, we would we would not remain confused. For Surah Tahrim, we would know that here, like Surah Tahrim, although it is about his act, so what he's done in Surah Tahrim is, if you pay attention, if you understand that these wives, why did he go pleasing his wives, right? Ask this very simple question. And okay, so, O Prophet, why do you prohibit what Allah has made lawful for you, seeking to please Mardata, your wives? So it is addressed to the Prophet, and it means the Prophet only, not his followers. However, the Muslims will say, no, this is, no. Allah should remain consistent. If Allah wants to address the followers, prophets, then tell the believers. Believers don't do this, like in Surah Saf ayat. Not through the Prophet. One should remain consistent. Allah should remain consistent. When he's addressing the Prophet only, O Prophet, why do you prohibit? That's it. Only the Prophet. Surah Azab should be only the Prophet. When it's the Prophet and the believers, both, then Allah should mention, O Prophet and the believers. Why do you, or do you do it like that? Or do not hearken. Why do you say what you do not mean? Like in Surah Saf, Allah has addressed the believers by addressing the believers directly. So you have changed the style of the Quran, saying we have changed it, or we are not following the style of the Quran, but then you're making Allah inconsistent. So if here, or Prophet is mentioned, then there, or only Prophet is addressed, should be addressed, not the followers. Then here also in Surah Yunus, you, if you mean a Prophet, like Allama Tabatabai says, on you, then it should not go away from the you that is the Prophet, addressing those his followers or someone, right, who are in doubt, if they have a doubt, if there's a possibility of doubt in them, what has been revealed to you, O Prophet. So we see that the Shia exegetes also are making Allah not consistent when, you know, and the style of the Quran inconsistent. Goodness. Surah Azab ayat. You see, Allah, when He wants to, like, Allah has forgiven the Prophet, the Ansar, Muhajirin, and the Ansar. You cannot say that He's. So He has addressed whom He wants to address directly, right? Allah has addressed, and here in Surah Safat, Surah Saf, see, when He wants to address the believers, He addresses the believers, not the Prophet. So you are the exegetes, Shia exegetes are in contradiction. Like to the style of the Quran. Allah, O you who have believed. So when Allah wants to only address the believers, He addresses the believers, not the Prophet, or not the believers through the Prophet. O you who have believed, why do you say what you do not do? And then the Shias come here telling me that I have. No, this is not right. When Allah wants to address, He has addressed the believers. He doesn't have to address Prophet Muhammad to address the followers of Prophet Muhammad. So get this right. Stop blaming us. Now, enough is enough. The truth covered up when simply you can believe in Allah or God or whoever through some other way, by through demonstration also. And love could be the religion, and stop harming people for being disbelievers or hypocrites, or according to you are hypocrites. Could you blame these people for being hypocrites? Right? So when Allah says, which surah? Here, you cannot think about it. I even thought about it as a Shia, that if any who is a non-believer in this is compelled to believe, when who compels you, under putting you under duress, the corrupted people, the criminals who want you. See, if you haven't read, if you know law, British law and American, what is duress? Putting people, punishing them. Oh, it was on punishment. You see, can you blame these people for being hypocrites in this religion now? Because they are compelled. Another thing is, you don't compel people. Threatening to obliterate faces like this, compelling, whatever, even less than an obliterating face, would be compulsion. They would be threatened, they would be under duress to believe in this religion. And then their hearts are not into this, right? Look, duress in common law, British law. Let's put British law. You would maybe understand British law. You see, there are criminals who can put you under duress. In British law AI overview, duress is a defense where a person commits a crime because they were forced. They were forced by threats of death or serious injury, applying to most crimes except murder. So someone, right, in this criminal law, British law, right, criminal law, duress by threats, committing an offense. These criminals do this. And in civil law, contract law, by showing actions weren't voluntary. So it operates as an excuse, and the law will take this for criminal behavior operating in both criminal and civil contract law by showing, if they can prove their actions weren't voluntary, no freedom of will, because under threat. So what is duress, right? Threats of death or injury, force. Then we can, but where British law, Sharia applied in the Islamic countries, and we're going to die in this country or be meshed. If you're in my case, my God, threats, violence, constraints, or other action used to coerce someone into doing something against their will or better judgment. Better judgment. So in this case, wouldn't it be a crime? Okay, to stop someone from hurting himself or herself, you can use this. Oh, so now you Muslims can take this to mean, oh, you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to go to hell. So that's why Allah applied duress so that they wouldn't go to hell. In the first place, forget this hell and everything. There should be another way altogether, right? Like love, like so. All this is wrong. The whole thing is uh, upside down. You get it? Allah should have used something else, uh, like He brings the hearts together in affection, right? He should have put this in our hearts that this is the truth, or this, or love is the truth. So serving people, then you have served me, like Jesus Christ said, right? I was hungry. They'll say, so God should have said, serve humanity and you serve me. Serve a human being, serve a glass of water, like the polities were doing, giving water to the pilgrimages. And they said, pilgrims, sorry, to the pilgrims, they said, Allah said to them in the Quran ayat, I can't even, it's not equal and this and that. I was in believing in Allah and the last day and doing jihad. I was hungry. You gave me food. I was thirsty. This, oh, sorry, Bible. I should put Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus Christ. Matthew 23, verse 35. Right? For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. You will say, when did I do this to you? Jesus replies, the disciples ask him, right? When did I, no, Jesus says to the disciples, you will say, when did we do this to you? Jesus says, replies, Jesus answers, whoever does it to the least of my brethren does it to me. So the Sunnis are after the Shia, some of them who are friends of Shias. They want to anxious to save the Shia friends by saying, no, 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 shirk, haram, haram. It's unforgivable. Why are you doing this? Get out of this Shia religion. Come to Sunni Islam. Get out of Shia Islam. Come to Sunni. And the Shia say, no, no, you are wrong. We are right. And now all the Muslims are coming here. You will go to hell. Now they want to save the ex-Muslims from the fire of hell. This is what Allah has given us. You will go to hell. Come back to the Islam. Sunnis wanting to save the Shias. Come, come. Leave Shia Islam. This shirk, unforgivable. Please. And now all Muslims coming here who care. We care for you. So Allah didn't have to make such hell and all this. Allah could have made it so easy that everyone believes in it, right? With evidence, like the evidence made so easy to see that yes, and not through threats and all this and the hellfire. You will go in the hellfire. Okay, in Hinduism there's hell, Swarg, Narg, which one is hell, right? So that is there, and but I still feel that there should have been something else rather than all this, you know. However, just one, I don't believe in the Bible either, Gospels or all this, right? But like in this also, I have some questions, and I proved that it was enough for me, that this was not the true Messiah through the verses. Anyways, now what do you like? I, which Shia is going to come? I'm sorry, I can't give a prior notice, but come here, right? Don't use my supermarket here. Mahsen Ali. Or if my father wants, Father, Papa, stop preaching Madonna. You know, Madonna on X platform, she's saying this revolution. I hope it's a peaceful revolution, and it's a revolution not like Khomeini's revolution, the Islamic revolution, but it's the people. I'm sorry, it has to be like this. Although I don't believe in revolutions, so I stopped believing in Khomeini Islamic revolution in Iran. So she said that they rightfully, the Iranian people rightfully deserve, and what has she said, Madonna here? She stood for the Iranian people, right? Madonna has on X platform. Uh, Amjad Taha has posted something. Let me see. Translation. With your incitement against our country, the UAE, we will not hesitate to take steps to defend our homeland and to take all necessary measures against anyone who approaches our leadership. We will do that. Thank goodness, Amjad Taha. Of course, they can take steps against me because I'm an apostate. That's another matter. Anyone who approaches our leadership, we will take necessary measures. Very good. The one who starts is the most unjust. The most unjust to do such a thing to our country, UAE. You know, I don't know, in the garbage can I would have been outside. The garbage you've seen in Karachi in our old neighborhood, I've seen it. Soldier Bazaar. I would have been in that garbage can, maybe raped how many times. And now even the Eid, even Eidi passed away, right? And he's given the picture of His Highness Khuda unko salamat rakhe. With your incitement against our country, and you also listen, Sharif Khan. Thank you, my goodness, Amjad Taha. So what a coincidence, right? Against our leadership, against our leader also. We will take, thank you for putting me at peace. On this at least, सुन लो, Sharif Khan. Okay, on my other device, सुन लो Sharif Khan. 2CTV. सुन लो और पढ़ लो. I'm reading it out. Again, on X platform, Amjad Taha, with your incitement against our country and the leader, against the country's leaders, sheikhs, I should add, dot, 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 he's put dot, dot, dot. Amjad Taha, we will not hesitate to take steps to defend our homeland. And I should add, please defend, also to defend our sheikhs, our leaders, like His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. I wish I could be his bodyguard, like spirit guard also, protection for all. This is what I prayed to God for, if he exists. How can I protect sheikhs, my UAE sheikh, Dubai sheikh? How can I protect the Muslim from zulm or killing, just taking their lives because calling them munafiq? Me an apostate? Yes, okay. But, in this, calling them hypocrites, and I will kill, he said. Before you can do anything, I mean, again, if he comes, right? You wishing death or wanting to kill my sheikhs, and to take all necessary measures against anyone who approaches our leadership. Leadership, that means our sheikhs. That means UAE President, Khuda Salamat Rakhe, may he be protected and may he always be protected, perfect health, long life, healthy, prosperous. So much more I wish for him against anyone. The one who starts is the most unjust. शेख मोहम्मद का His Highness Sheikh Mohammed की तस्वीर दी है. So beautiful. खुदा सलामत रखे, नजर बद envious people से बचाए. So I wish that's why I share also on Facebook anything like Qigong, like Nazar from the Hindu side, whatever I can find uh, for against Nazar. Now, there's evil eye protection from the Egyptian Ra eye that protects from everything. Egyptian also healing, protection from black magic, evil eye. Okay, I just forgot about Madonna. Madonna. Let me just search Madonna. Oh no, I have shared her. Why has it gone black? Oh, this is. Thank you, Amjad Taha. Thank you. So on my platform, I have to go there. I'm not used to this. Madonna, hold tight. Dot 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 dot. I cannot think of a more relevant phrase than this as we enter the year of the fire horse. As I reflect on my time in Morocco over the holidays, I think of all the people in Iran who are fighting as much needed revolution and willing to die for what they for what they believe in. We take so much for granted, myself included, the freedom to travel the world, to wear what I want to wear, to ride a horse across the desert, to speak freely and not to be silenced by punishment, torture, and possibly death, to sing, to dance, to choose my spiritual path, not someone else's. The women of Iran do not have this freedom. I stand with them. The people of Iran have not known freedom for centuries. I cannot claim to truly know the suffering that has been endured, but my thoughts and prayers are with the people of Iran. The time is now. Hold tight. I stand with Iran. Let their voices be heard. Free Iran! Free Iran. Thank you. Madonna, salutations, Anandi. Madonna, thank you so much. What a great lady. Angelic, amazing lady. So she's given the new flag of Iran. This means so much. This is, you were my voice when I couldn't speak. It's so good to know there are good people out there. I I think, Zara, this I'm talking to myself, this should be enough, right? To have known good people out there who care for our freedom, for Iran's freedom, and how sorry, how for the suffering now Iran, right? Madonna, I mean, so if you can check sorry, I can't show you here on X platform. I've just shared it on my X platform profile account profile. So thank you, Flower Garden, for being here, taking the time. Let me not take much of your time, and I have to go now. So, Shias, don't come through the back door. See, now I think it's enough. Any Sharif Khan coming? Sorry, I just. Salutations. Oh my God, Madonna. Lots of love. Love you so much, sister. We love you so much. So, because a part of me, my blood is Irani from my mother's side, right? Her mother was Irani. And this Shia religion, my God, a terrible life. No, no, not because of that. So, how much the Iranis have suffered due to this religion, Shia religion, also. May God protect her. May God protect Madonna. I wish for her more than I can imagine, but God can give. And the power, supreme power of cosmos, wanted so much blessings for my principal. Uh, okay, here it is. Okay, I'm going now. Thank you for your time and attention. I wish you the best and more than I can say right now and imagine.
We'll be back. Until then, thank you so much.